Hello everybody, this is yomanpwnage signing in, and I am finally back to my channel, I guess. As you can see, this is Myth Wukong. The game came out 2 months ago, as of when I was recording this. This is October. I don't know when I'm going to be posting this, so might as well say it now. But as you can see, on this menu screen, it says enter a new cycle, which means I already beat the game. I didn't record any of it. So why am I here? So essentially, I am gonna be posting a new series. It could just be a one-off series just for this game, but essentially it's about 100%ing games. Cause to be honest, not until I would say a year or two ago when I started my YouTube channel again, did I really start getting into achievement hunting. I try to get as many achievements as reasonably possible without, taking up too much of my time. If it's too unreasonable and I have to grind for many hours, then I don't think it's worth it. But games like this, Myth Wukong, is an exception because it was a great game. But before I get into any more details, I want to say where I've been. As of when recording this video, it's been like half a year since I posted my last video. I haven't even edited the footage from recorded half a year ago. I still have Final Fantasy 16 footage and Dragon's Dogma footage. I don't think I even post Dragon Dogma 2 on my channel yet. I have footage for that, hasn't been uploaded yet. Work-life balance has hit me hard, so that's why I haven't really been editing any videos. I also started playing Final Fantasy 14 for about 2 months. And then Maple Story for about 3 months. But essentially, I just kind of took a break from YouTube to really just get back into gaming with the short amount of time I had per day. So I just started playing games without recording them. And Myth Wukong was the single player game I played off recording. But since this is such a great game, and I wanted to 100% this game, I felt like maybe I want to just show you guys this. So we'll get into exactly what this series will be, but let's first load into my save. But yeah, the point is that I want 100% this game, but I didn't really want to show too many boring bits. But before we start New Game Plus, I will show you how far I am into this save. To begin, I kind of kept track of how many deaths I had in this game, and in the end the final count was 94 deaths. And the play time for my save when I beat the game, oh, maybe I shouldn't have loaded in yet, was 41 hours and 41 minutes. By the time I beat the game, I did it with the secret ending. I got all these already. I had all the enemies fought, all the bosses fought, and all the characters. There's only 2 characters left, and from what I've heard, you get the second last one for starting New Game Plus, and then the last one you get if you got all the other ones. So the second I start New Game Plus, I'm gonna get that. Another thing is meditation spots. So when I finished the game, I was able to find them all. I found about a bit over 80% of these, and the same for the bosses. I found about 80% of those, and the rest I did search up. But yeah, I'm quite far along. I'm level 114, but when I fought the final boss, I was level 97. And finally, which to my own surprise, I somehow beat the final boss without dying. I beat him first try, which even I was confused how I was able to do it. It did take me all 10 uses of the Supreme Gourd with the Monkey Brew drink. And I don't know if I have it in my inventory, I do. And I even used the Resurrection Pill on death. So that's the 11th full heal. And when I was about half health, I didn't want to die. So I used the life-saving pill. So I used a total of 12 heals on the Great Sage's Broken Shell, that final boss. But I was able to somehow beat him first try. I'll be showing all the deaths in the description, but let me take a look right here. essentially, the boss I died the most to is Yellow Long. The Yellow Long, everyone knows, is tanky as shit and did a lot of damage. So even though his attacks were more easily dodgeable if you were calm, I just kind of brute forced it. And I would say as the further I got into the game, the more over leveled I was. So that's why later on, I didn't die too many times per boss. It's just that Yellow Long was hard, so I died a lot to that. And then Erlang, the secret final boss, that one was pretty hard too, but I only died 5 times. I actually don't even know, the run I beat him, I don't even know how I beat him. Because I always got to that last quarter of his health, and then I ran out of mana. I'm out of my spells, I'm out of my spirit, and then usually I just get screwed, but somehow I managed to play it well enough. I countered him with my smash dance and I beat him. Yeah, but enough about that. In terms of where I'm at here, after beating the game, I spent an extra 4 hours getting all the RNG stuff. So there were RNG curios that you had to farm for. There were RNG armor pieces that some of the armor pieces you had to RNG get, such as the one I'm wearing right now that gives me better drop rate. I got this first so that everything else would be easier. And also the RNG seeds. Luckily it didn't take too long for each individual thing, maybe 20 minutes at most on one thing. So that's why it only took me 4 hours to get all the RNG stuff. And finally I have all the pills and all the pill upgrades, including the Skanda pill upgrades, so my health and mana is like as high it could possibly be. I think that is about it for me to cover. I don't want this to be taking too long. I didn't want to farm too much, but as you could see, I am level 114. I just wanted to farm 90k will so that the new game, when I get to New Game Plus, I will be able to get buy those New Game Plus items that you unlock. The last thing I want to cover is this is my first New Game Plus, honestly, because most of the time, no matter how much I enjoy a game, in the end I'm a casual gamer and I don't really have that much time. So the fact that I had to do a New Game Plus to get 100% always kind of puts me off, because that means I'm gonna need to spend a good amount of time again. But Wukong, once again, is an exception because of how good this game is. Overall, you're gonna see me get a bunch of achievements when we start the New Game Plus. But right before we do that, this is how far I was able to get in the single playthrough. 70 out of 81. Should be able to see the ones I'm missing. These two I'll get the second I start New Game Plus, I believe, because it's like I beat the secret boss and then start New Game Plus. That's one of them, and then there's another one where it's just the portraits, I believe that's what it is. Oh no, it's not the portraits. I don't know what it is, but I should be able to get it when I start New Game Plus. But the reason I'm not able to, just beat it all in one playthrough and not start New Game Plus is like Master of Magic. That one I will be getting right when I start the game, because you get a spell essentially in New Game Plus. So that one I'll get immediately when I start New Game Plus. Portraits I'll also get immediately when I start New Game Plus. The page you can only get after you start New Game Plus. The last formula you can only buy from Shudog. I don't remember how to pronounce his name when you meet him again in chapter 2, I guess. The gourd, last gourd, you can only purchase from the Shun Monkey when you start New Game Plus. The spears, you get the last 3. I got all the other ones already. The last 3 you can only get from starting New Game Plus. So there's just so many things that you have to start New Game Plus and you're gonna miss. The 3 things I missed that are super circumstantial, I don't know why they built it this way, but in Act 2, when you fight the Rat King and the Prince, if you kill the Prince first, then you can't get the spirit from him. You have to kill the dad first and make him enraged, and then you can get the spirit. The Wistful Spirit achievement, which I guess is one of the hidden ones, I don't have because I decided to just kill the prince first. I didn't know I had to kill the dad first. Like, yeah, it's the last spirit that I'm missing. Next one is the Curious Collection. Act 3. I didn't know I had to kill all the 9 prison wardens before I fight the captain, so that sucks. I'm gonna do that when I get to Act 3. Get that last curio and I could get this achievement. And then the final one that was very circumstantial. This one I feel like most people don't have unless they go out of their way to play New Game Plus, is Mantled with Might. Yup, it is pretty much the hardest one to get. The last one everyone gets before they get all the achievements. It's because that one armor piece, when you fight the optional boss to unlock the Act 4 secret area, the Venom Dao is the guy with a bunch of arms. Who would think that you had to break all his arms, or like 4 of the 6 of his extra arms on his back in that first encounter? You kind of, whenever you fight a boss, you kind of just fight it, right? Apparently in the first encounter, when he runs away, you had to break 4 of his arms before that, otherwise you just don't get the armor drop. And the dumbest part is when I looked up how is it easy to do that? No, you have to equip the weakest weapon so that you don't do too much damage to him, because every single time you break an arm, he loses a chunk of his health, and essentially if you do too much damage to him, by the time you break maybe 3 arms, he'll probably already be dead. So I can't equip my strongest weapon. I would actually have to equip like the weakest one instead, so I don't do too much damage to him in general. Also with Mantle and Might, you have to New Game Plus and go to Act 5 secret area to get the materials to craft the last weapon and the last mythic armor, because you can't get enough materials in one playthrough. So that is everything that I've covered. I really went on a rant there. Hopefully I could clean this up, and that will be the episode 0, I would say. Starting on the next episode, you will see me start New Game Plus. I will leave it off there for now, since this isn't really a actual full video. I would just direct you to the next video. Yeah, hope to see you guys there.